Can you give me your background, please, Minarli? What's your background?
So I completed my master's and from the University of Windsor in Canada. And then I worked as well here. I have three and a half years of Canadian experience as well. And
Uh,
then, sorry,
what industry you work?
as a software industry,
Software as a developer, QA,
as a QA, as a
QA.
software
Okay,
test engineer.
okay. Hmm.
And then had few immigration processing delays during COVID, so I had lost my work authorization and I had to stop working. So once I got my authorization back and now a permanent resident, I've been looking for jobs, and then because I have a gap in my career, it's difficult getting into the market. Mm. That's why I'm running around these employment agencies and employment services to look for what changes can I do with respect to my resume or cover letter,
Hmm.
right, or any courses that needs to be undertaken so that I can get into the market and get my foot at the door.
Yeah, I see. I believe that then you have a career gap problem there about 3 years.
3 years of Canadian experience, but then previously I was working in India. So in total, I have around 8 years of experience.
Okay, but the last you work on during right before COVID, right? Or during
During COVID in
COVID. So it's
2021.
how long you were out of work? It's
So I had to stop work in 2021, April.
so it's pretty much 3 years.
Three
Okay,
years, yes,
gap.
because yeah, I had to wait
And
for one and a half year.
okay,
Hmm.
for now I know it's quite a long gap,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it's last 3 years. It's the industry got changed, a huge, rapidly changed. The
Hmm.
technology, the demand, industry size, a lot of things been changed. Uh,
Hmm.
to be honest with you, for now, the market it's a little bit shaking. It's been
Hmm.
last couple of years. It's shaking whole IT industry. Probably you heard a lot of the layoff is
Hmm.
happening to the
Yes.
companies, and eventually it's heated to the all the small companies. But
Hmm.
doesn't mean there is no job. Definitely no.
Hmm.
There is a QA up there. They're working. The company they need to hire QA,
Hmm.
but the demand or responsibilities got changed because now we already enter to a AI
Hmm.
world, right? So it means everything is getting a lot more easier, faster, and also we're uh, in that peak time for agile environments. It means that the company they are very rushed to release the stuffs almost every week, or every 2 weeks. So that's why the process got changed. That then as a result, QA demand or responsibility got changed too. It means everything's towards already in regards to automations, right?
Hmm.
Probably
Hmm.
you remember that when you were work, I'm not sure, but maybe it's mostly you used to do manual job. There is still people they do manual job, but however
Hmm.
the company they wants to someone right now, whoever is hiring, to make sure that it's whether you're going to do manual automation, but they wants to know that you have manual experience, or you have at least the automation experience, or you have
Hmm.
at least automation some sort of knowledge, even
Hmm.
if you learn from somewhere, you whether it's an online course or from physical someone, so like you can train you hands-on experience the tools, the demand in the market, say Selenium, Cypress, those kind of things play right another tools now it's market. So they want, because whenever they're comfortable to run or build their automation framework, so that you can adapt that one right away, so that they don't have to spend time or wait for, because nowadays it's a waiting time, it's almost zero. They can't wait to train people because it's almost every week they're releasing, right? So there's
Correct.
no, in agile environment it's a really there's no way, waiting or training scope or opportunity, right? So
Hmm.
that's one of the things, like for industry wise, it's a little bit shaking, that's true. The job market has got a little bit less, that's true, but it's still for the high skill people, the people who have the experience or knowledge, specifically for automation, they have, the door is still open for them.
Hmm.
That's over a very high level, I can tell you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So agile environment is not an issue because I do have experience working in agile environment where I had deliveries weekly as well as bi-weekly. So
Hmm.
it's something I've worked under pressure.
Under pressure. So
Yes, it's for automation. Yes, I have taken a course in Python so that I can get into the PyTest. So I finished the basic level of Python.
just the Python, but did you able to complete the develop the automation framework using Python, or you just learn the Python?
No, I just gave the Python entry level exam and
Mhm.
have the certificate for that. So I'm moving to the next level to the intermediate level of Python as well. That's still ongoing. Meanwhile, I've also taken a Cypress course, beginner's course, where getting in touch with the hands-on experience on Cypress, getting to know XPath and the end-to-end user testing. So,
Yeah.
so all this is ongoing simultaneously. So I can at least mention it that okay, I have done a course and I do not have a hands experience as in corporate experience, but I do have projects. I have worked on these projects. These are these domestic projects that I'm working on.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, it's still that's always is a one is better than zero, right?
Yes,
So
correct.
it will help you. It will be add value on your resume. That
Mm-hmm,
definitely. But even though you learn it, I think so. But the people that were okay to hire
mm-hmm,
someone who have been learned. The
mm-hmm,
the knowledge is the main things. Like you,
mm-hmm,
but they will ensure that or what they want to ensure that like you learn it, but it's based on industry tools, based on the
mm-hmm,
the technology that we're using or we're looking for, right? So simply
mm-hmm,
like if you're looking for to buy a shirt, but if someone asks you, okay, we have a T-shirt, so there is a shirt and T-shirt that's a little bit different, right?
mm-hmm,
So same thing is for every sector. So
mm-hmm,
whatever you learn, just double check with the industry. That's the
mm-hmm,
industry. Whether it's Selenium, it still is one of the top. Number two, it's a Cypress. Cypress based
mm-hmm,
on JavaScript. You can
mm-hmm,
learn Selenium. It's the same. It's a Java, JavaScript, whatever the language you think, or even a
mm-hmm,
Python. Uh, and then definitely API testing too. That's another very important part. Get at least some hands-on knowledge about the mobile testing, because
mm-hmm,
mobile another very, it's not a rising, it's in a peak level.
mm-hmm,
Man, every company they have the both now. It's web beside the mobile, and then the both the hybrid and the native mobile app too. So at least
mm-hmm.
get some, if you never did any mobile testing, get to know that how even you can test the mobile, even it's manually, right?
Mm-hmm.
In some of the emulator, simulator, use the virtual form that you can test a different type of mobile. So those kind of things, right?
Yes, I had done mobile testing as well.
So then you have
Using
that parts, then it's the API is one thing. If
mm-hmm.
you never did any API testing, at least one thing you can do, that's an API with the Postman, right? That's a mostly it's the manual API testing. That Postman
Yes,
is
that's yeah, yeah,
one of
that's
the
also I had
famous
done.
tools, like even
Yes,
developer they used to. So
Postman.
at
Yes.
least that's those things and highlight those things, and create your project and upload on the GitHub, share
Mm-hmm.
GitHub link, update
Mm-hmm.
your resume as well as your LinkedIn profile, and update it,
Mm-hmm.
link your GitHub project link, so that
Mm-hmm.
the hiring managers, they can see your project, have some of the idea, like, so make sure that it's in your project it's complete end-to-end project. So maybe it's like you select in one e-commerce site as a tester, so it's do a project like few one flow, like if it's the e-commerce, like searching the product, adding to the cart, and then do a the go to the payment gateway, see the product details, and it's something like that. And at the end, make sure there is a one of the reporting tools also you use, like integrated on your frameworks. It could be Elo report is the market is most of the company they use. That's one thing, or it could be the another that's built in HTML. This report comes with the like Selenium framework, so you can use that one too. But at least there's an end-to-end framework is done using the different technologies. Could be the TestNG, could be the N unit, whatever it thinks. But it should be end-to-end project, one complete end-to-end project on your GitHub.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And keep try. But I know it's if you see it's in any job postings, hundreds of people within a couple of days, right? uh,
Yes.
don't be afraid, and but it's like keep keep trying. I mean, it's a this is what we can do. Try everywhere, like whether it's remote, whether it's hybrid. Even it's nearby your locations. Try everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and keep learning since the automation things you're learning through it. So there will be always difference until you get a real life experience. So keep learning yourself, brush up yourself, so that try to explore, share, be engaged with a similar group that in an online LinkedIn different groups, like they discuss about it, so, face different challenge, and try discuss with them. And every time you get an interview call, even though it's not successful, but try to make a note after the interview. What's your takeaway? What could be better during an interview. Now maybe this question the answer was not right, so try to make a list. Talk to the some experience like me or someone's who can help you, guide you through the even interview. Right before the interview, you can do some one session, what's experience. Hey, here is the job description, and can you give me some of the guide, like what kind of where I need to put focus for this specific interview, because every interview is a different, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you have the industry experience, they can give you some sort of overall guideline. Okay, you put emphasize on the selenium or cypress, or make sure so, you know some of the basics as well, right? So not only the core, you do some joining things, right? You put emphasize on probably the API. So based on their requirement, they can give you the overall guidelines that could help you a lot to crack your interview and get it successfully land on a job back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because during interviews, I mostly fail during the technical interviews because that's when most of us fail. Because
Yes, it's
HR and communication and managerial like interviews, I clear off
yeah,
easily.
definitely. Like, when I take the interview, but after I speak 10, 15 minutes, I would 10 minutes, I would easily define you that, okay, you have a lack of technical knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
specifically with the
Correct.
automations. But to be honest with you, uh, when we take the interview, talk to the candidate, a couple of things we see. Not only this one part is it's skills, your soft skill. Another part is
Mhm.
behavioral things. So
Behavior.
behavioral also, that's very important. That's give us a sign that how loyalty you are, how serious you are, what's your perspective for working. Instead of just we are looking for work. So everybody needs to work because they need a surviving some paycheck. But is that the only the purpose, or you are into this? You love to do the work, so like you love it. You have the passionate. So in that case, if you have a lack of even experience a little bit, okay, we understood that, okay, you have learned, you are in the learning curve, and but we see this, okay, we have some of them have the passionate, they and believe on learn and grow. They can learn, they can teach themselves, they can be moved by themselves, just if you show a little bit guide, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I myself is not only leader, I'm a trainer too. So
Okay.
I learn continuously, I'm learning, and I'm sharing with the teams, like
Mm-hmm.
that's why I do also free consultations like you or someone, so that I can give a little bit guide too. And but for those people who are serious about that, right? Otherwise it's your time is waste, and my time is also waste, right? So, and
No.
similar
Correct.
things,
Mm-hmm.
like when you hire, with things like that, not only like the top class the technologies guru, they will hire. The rest of the people will be left over, not really. It's all together, it's a behavioral as well as your soft skills all together, we take the decision.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you so it will be good to have, as I said, is one thing for technical part. If you think like your technical part is the one of the big gap, complete a project, into project, and then upload
Mm-hmm.
it on GitHub and share with your resume. So before the
Okay.
interview, the interview managers, the hiring manager will go, and they will have an overall eye, and they will have a big idea. Okay, she knows the frameworks, into frameworks, looks good. and then
Mm-hmm.
conversation, maybe you will fail to crack few of the interviews because of the nervousness, and then because you know that you are behind of the lack of the experience. A lot of things happen during the interview, but at least we
Correct.
minimize those things, because when I see your project, okay, she did the project, she has the knowledge, she can figure out, but she's not in the real in the charming mood during the interview. So it's because of nervousness, lots of things happen. So she'll be okay if I hire. But I need
Mm-hmm.
some of the confidence, some of the background to they give me the green sign that okay, I can hire her. And that's your project will give the footnote that okay, she has the knowledge, but maybe everybody have a different way to express it. You know what
Correct.
I mean?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yes, got that. Mm-hmm.
Right? That's
Okay. Mm-hmm.
anything. Say any other questions you have?
No, I found my answer, but now I have to get into some hands-on experience and then make sure to put that through my resume
Yep.
while applying for jobs.
Okay. Great.
Yes.